What's up, guys? Here with the Chainsaw Shack. Today I want to talk about something that I've always wondered about, and it's hard to find information on this stuff. So we're going to talk about some wireless tachs. These are the top three that we chose for price, portability, size, and function. Now you can buy larger tachs than these. You know, maybe the size of your wallet or your cell phone, but these ones are the most practical. So the tiny tach is the most expensive, 95 bucks. I got this one on eBay. You can find them all over the place. 95 bucks is what cheapest I found them. The Echo tach, the 304, it's made by Opama. That tach is the smallest of the three, and it has a decent refresh rate. That one comes in at about 60 bucks, and I found those anywhere from $60 all the way up to $100. But our store, Saw Suppliers, that we use at the shack, sells those cheapest. I found them, and it also comes with free shipping. That's a good tach. Now, the steel tach, which is the EDT9, seems like it's kind of out of the budget for what it does. It has a couple nice features, but for the price, it really is just a rebranded Proline tach, and I don't think that is the number one choice here. That one I found about 85 bucks and all the way up to 100. So coming in size-wise, the Echo the smallest, the steel is medium, and then you got your tiny tach, which is the fast tach, is the largest, but it's still small enough that it fits into your hand. We like this tach, and the refresh rate on this one is the best. Now, this one also does not come with a wire, which I don't think is really necessary. You don't have to clip this one onto anything. This one comes with a clip, an alligator clip, and a wire. You can run it through here if you want better reception. I don't think it changes anything. It doesn't seem to do much of anything at all, adding this extra wire on there. It goes through here, and it just sticks out the side. Kind of like an antenna, but really I found you maybe get an extra inch or two of reception. To me, not worth having that on there. But this is also where you install the alligator clip. You get 12-inch wire, and you can clip it onto your saw and mount this. This one also has an hour meter on it, and it will keep track of a single unit hours used. So you can mount this permanently if you'd like. The steel tach, the EDT9, which we found to be a rebranded Proline tach. This one also comes with an alligator clip and an antenna wire that goes the same way through the side. And then there's little handy notches in there you can put the wire out. This one can be mounted on the saw permanently as well. So here's a couple of features that we found with these that we kind of like. This one has the slowest refresh rate. Testing it, it's been about 1 second update times on the screen, but it does record faster than the screen displays. So you can still pull up the max RPM on the saw after you've hit it, even if it doesn't display it on the screen. Hold this button in for 3 seconds, it'll display max RPM on the screen. The Echo tach, which is also the best value of the three, smallest of the three, lightest of the three, has the best refresh rate for the dollar amount you spend. Now, one thing about this tach is it does not display max RPM for you. There's no buttons on it anywhere. It is just a plain Jane tach. So if you want to find your max RPM, you just have to watch it, which doesn't really bother me any, but I know some like that feature. This one does not have a replaceable battery. It's a one-time use. They say it's got a lifespan of 10,000 hours, and it does shut off. The fast tach, this is designed by Tiny Tach. This one has a replaceable AAA battery in the back. 2 screws to replace it. This one has the fastest refresh time. This one refreshes at about a little better than a half a second. I'd say it's almost closer to a quarter second. It's by far the fastest. Button on the top turns that on. Click it again for max RPM recall, and if you hold it for 10 seconds it will reset that. And also you push it again and you have different modes to use, which is displayed on the back. 2 sparks per 1 revolution, 1 spark per 1 revolution, 1 spark every 2 revolutions, and you can switch that there. Now this tach will shut off after 30 seconds of no use. And it also does not turn on automatically like the other two. But dollar for dollar, this tach costs the most. It also has the best features and best refresh time on it. So if you guys are looking to spend a little more on a tach, you can get a better quality tach here. This tach is the best dollar amount for what you get. This one is very small. It may even get lost, but I like this one. It fits right in your pocket. I take it with me when we go cutting. And this tach, I think, is one of those steal deals where you pay a little more money for the name, because I found the Pro Line version of this exactly the same with a black case for about 60 bucks. The refresh time on this tach is very slow for the screen. And if you guys want to have a good display on the screen, I wouldn't recommend this one. It does not have a replaceable battery. It is glued in there with some kind of an epoxy filler. And another thing, it doesn't ever shut off. It always stays on. So that's what we think about these 3.
Rolling.
Alright guys, EDT9. This is probably the most expensive tach for the least amount of quality, I believe. Also, this is the rebranded Pro Line. Slowest refresh rate, but it also has the max RPM recall. We'll show you how it works. You can see the refresh rate for yourself. Very lazy. So like we showed you before, if you hold this, it will come up with your max RPM 12,189, and if you keep holding it, it also resets. That's all it does for you. Now this tach also has the option that you can change it 1 spark per 1 revolution, 1 spark per 2 revolutions, or 2 sparks per 1 revolution. And that's all it does. Alright, here's the Echo Opama made 304. This tach has no buttons on it. There's no max RPM recall on this one. It is the smallest, lightest, and it has a very decently quick refresh rate on it. The way to turn this one on is you just get it up to the pulse of the spark and it'll automatically turn on for you. Flood this thing out. Now it displays runtime on the saw there. We've only used this tach for 2 minutes. It's about how long we warmed up the chainsaw too. Don't ever do that, guys. It's hard on your equipment. But this one will automatically shut off for you after 30 seconds of no use. Alright guys, the fast tach, this was made by Tiny Tack. This guy is the most expensive, but also we believe is the best tack that you can buy for the small size tacks. This one has an on-off button. It's also the max RPM recall, and you can also change the modes. You can read them right on the back there. This tack takes a AAA battery. Now this one does not turn on automatically. You have to switch it on with the button. And once that's on, it also has the farthest recall range away from the saw, but to get a quick response rate, it's better to be closer to the spark plug. This one's got a refresh rate of less than a half a second. All you got to do is click the on button and it will bring up your max RPM. Now that saves even after it shuts off, so you have to reset it. To reset it, you have it on your RPM screen and you hold the on button. It says 5 seconds, and once you get the reset, you let go and it's reset for the next run. Again, this tack is probably the best one here, but also cost the most. Here they are, guys. The 3 smallest tacks that you can buy. And these are the top of the line, so we do have a tack out there that we didn't bring into this because it's so similar. Husqvarna uses it, but it is the Opama 302. That one does recall max RPM. So coming in third place, the EDT9. This tack is slow. It's a little bit bulky, but it does have some features on it that you can use, like the max RPM recall. Just hold that button. It works pretty good. If you guys don't mind the slow refresh rate, it's not a bad tack, but coming in at $85, it is a little bit expensive, and I maybe would take a look at the Pro Line tack for about 60 bucks. Coming in second place, the 304 from Echo. This tack ain't too bad. It really could use a max RPM recall button on it. But other than that, it's got a nice refresh rate. It's small, compact. It works great. And of course, this one's been #1 for a long time, and everybody agrees to that. The tiny tack. This thing has an awesome refresh rate. It has awesome features. You can use it for so many different engines, 2 cylinders, your lawnmower, whatever it may be. It works great. And I saw a few places online, a guy makes a holder that goes on your chainsaw for that, if you'd like to install it permanently or be able to have your saw running and not hold on to it. So those are the best 3 tacks I think that money will buy you if you're looking for a small, compact 2-cycle tack. Another one to look at is the one from Husqvarna, basically the same as this one here. That one comes in at about 100 bucks. So let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Like and subscribe. This is the Chainsaw Shack. We'll see you next time.